It's a dangerous thing to go tit for tat, especially when things start getting nasty. I think as the world has become increasingly a shareholder base of large institutional investors as opposed to retail, that is very possibly a self-defeating way of approaching the fight. When you're the activist, it's really important to stay on your message. You have a thesis. It is a value proposition. There's something wrong with this company that we're trying to find a way forward to unlock value. The more you can stay on the message and tell the shareholders how this company is going to get turned around, how it's going to be profitable, why they should continue to own it, that's a lot more effective in terms of generating votes than to get sidetracked with how you've been emotionally offended. The best time, the ideal time for both the company and the activists to settle is before the fight happens, before it becomes public, because the dynamics change. If you're able to reach some accommodation, and it happens a lot, it's not the stuff that people see, but any activist professional will tell you many of these things are wrapped up before they really start, and that's good. But once you go out with a nomination, a 220 demand for books and records, you start to turn up the stakes. And then you wind up with some strange dynamics. Sometimes there's an opportunity to reach some accommodation after you file the nomination. And if not then, there can sometimes be an opportunity right after the preliminary proxy is filed, but a lot of times what happens is once you're past that point, both sides are sticking around to the end to see how they're doing. And it's the side that's likely to come up with a result it didn't want that is suing for peace. The universal proxy favors the shareholder. Essentially what it does is it allows you to do what you could do live in a meeting. I think traditionally it's been looked at as really good for the activist, and I think in most circumstances it can be. I think people probably are not paying enough attention on the defense side to it could be good for the company itself. What it essentially does is when you're in the situation where you have to choose one card or another, there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser. If you're winding up in a position where people aren't voting on your card, you're the loser, and you're the loser for the full slate that's covered by the card. The universal, proxy is going to give people the opportunity to pick and choose. It's like, who do you want to be in your batting order that day? Well, that gives flexibility to the shareholders. The best tactic that the activist can use is holding the current board and the current corporation to its own results. If the board is telling you that they have the perfect combination of industry experience, but the shares have fallen 80% in 5 years, how much more perfection can you afford as the investor? Another tactic, if you want to think about that, is have the best, if you're going for directors, have the best nominees you have. On a one-on-one matchup, have people who are superior to the folks that the company has.